Bezrat Hashem, I wanted to show you some amazing Orach Chaim on Parashat Ki Tetzeh. The Orach Chaim is saying to us, Shalom Aleichem, לא תראה את שור וגומר. Parasha זו, that parasha, the Orach Chaim is explaining, that parasha is coming to hint us the obligation that there is on us, the sons of an alive God, El Chai, Kel Chai, Tzadikei Olam, the righteous people of the world, to do to the nation of Hashem, to the nation of the Creator. That parasha is coming to tell us that we are the children of that live God. What's our obligation to do to help the nation of Hashem? והן אלה צדיקים יקראו לצד מעלתם אחים. And those righteous people, because they're so important and so great, us, Bnei Israel, they're going to be called brothers. We're brothers of Hashem Yitbarach. Hashem is calling us brothers. I told you that a few times in classes, that for a righteous person, when he is giving everything that he's got to Hashem Yitbarach, and he doesn't think about himself at all, so it's obvious that he and Hashem Yitbarach are in the same level. Because he's nullifying himself absolutely to the Creator, and he doesn't have no selfish being at all. He doesn't care about himself at all. So he can say to Hashem whatever he wants. Come on, I'm doing it all for you. What do you want from me? They can talk straight like that in the same height. כמו שהעירותיך שכינוי זה, like that I told you, that name, brothers, הוא מדרגה יותר מעולה, that's the highest level of all levels, שבכל כינויים אשר התקנו בהם יחידי עם. Higher than all other names that Am Yisrael been called. That Hashem is calling us brothers. It's not my child. Okay, so you have something above me. When you call me your brother, Achi, that's it. We're the same. There's nothing there's no difference between us. If I'm your brother, we're the same. And Hashem calls us brothers. You're still asleep, huh? No matter what I'm saying, you're still asleep. ואותם ציווה השם. What? ישנים עמוק, ישנים עמוק. ישנים עמוק מאוד, ישנים. ואותם ציווה השם, and those ones, the important ones, the righteous people, them Hashem commanded, כי תראה את שור, if you're going to see the bull, אלה הם בני אדם, who are those bulls? Those are those people that been compared to animals. והם צאן קודשים, and they're holy, it's holy animals, it's holy flock, you say? Flock?
Yeah.
Of Hashem. ולזה קראם שור ושה, and that's why he called them a bull and a sheep, to tell you that they are holy. No matter how much they're acting like animals, even if they can be very, very far from education, from politeness, from kindness, from attributes, from midot, still they're holy. It's not just wild animals, we're talking about holy, pure animals. Shor v'seh. Achicha, if you're going to see the animals, the holy animals of your brother. Who is that brother? Shehu HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that it's HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I don't have no more hairs here, but we need to do something to wake up. Your brother is calling you, not the king is calling you, not your master, not your father, your brother. HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells you, hey brother, I need your help. Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. ויחס לו שם זה, and he called you that name to wake you up, להעיר, אל מי מקדושיו, to the holy ones who מצווה, that he's commanding, that they are the righteous ones. like that we said before. And he's saying, if you saw those holy animals of your brother, of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, nidachim, far away, al derech omro, like that it said, v'nidachta v'ishtachaveta lahem v'rgomer, that everyone that worship idols, he is called rejected, nidach, he is not there. If you see them, שהעובר pi Hashem יקרא nidach, that the one that violates the words of Hashem, that doesn't listen to the voice of Hashem, going to be called nidach. And on that it's been said, v'lo yidach mimcha nidach, that Hashem Yitbarach is promising us, don't worry, the ones that are the farthest ones of them all, they will all gonna come back. But that's how Hashem is calling us and tell us, listen, brothers, I need your help. We need to understand from that. I don't know, maybe I'm not expressing myself well enough to, if the moon is not illuminating, so the only one that you can blame is the sun. You cannot blame the moon. The moon receives its light from the source of light. So if I'm trying to explain something and I see that it's not coming in yet, so I need to think about that. So if HaKadosh Baruch Hu calls us brothers to him, it means that he needs our help. Because that's calling for help. He's not commanding, he's asking. It's a request. My brother, to your brother you cannot tell him what to do. He's not your slave, you're not his master, you're not in charge of him. It's all just as a favor. I need your help. Listen. The Torah is telling us, the Torah is coming and protecting Hashem, and the Torah is calling us and tells us, listen, if you, the ones that are righteous, the ones that are close to him, the ones that wants to keep his words, the ones that care about him, if you see his holy animals, means his children, his holy flock, Am Yisrael, that they are rejected, that they are in the farthest places of them all, remember that you're his brothers. Give him a hand, help him. He himself cannot help himself. Our father, our brother, our creator, he is in prison of the exile. When he exiled his children, he exiled himself. In the moment that you punish your children, you punished yourself. Your children for sure will not gonna understand the right lesson first as a first thing. It will not going to bring the result that you wanted to achieve. And Hashem, so to speak, made that mistake and exiled us. And when he exiled us and he exiled the Shechina went out to protect her children. And now she's in the exile and she's fighting with Kudsha Berichu on her children that are in the exile. And she's screaming, Kalani Meroshi, Kalani Mizro'i. Hashem is cursing me, she's saying. He's cursing me. And he sent prophets to promise us, don't worry, I'm going to redeem you, I'm going to help you, I'm going to save you. Eki asher eki, I'm going to save you from the first exile and also from the second exile. And what she is, me'ana linachem. She is refusing to accept those promises. She doesn't hear. She's angry. So look at the situation that our father is in. He was angry. It was wrong to be angry. You cannot justify no kind of anger. You can explain to yourself, no problem. Like we said, we're always very careful when we're talking about Hashem. But you can say, he was acting through his judgments, and the Shechina and his wife and us, his children, were not able to serve him when he's acting through with his judgments. We're never been created to serve him like that. It's unacceptable for us. We're not able. We cannot. And you can hear today, like that it's written on Mordechai, that Mordechai was walking around the house of the women to listen. What's the condition of Esther? Esther, it's the Shechina Kedosha. He wanted to hear what women are talking, and by the talks of women, he's going to hear what's the condition of the Shekhinah. When you hear your wife, when you hear your mother, when you hear your girls, when you hear women talking, you can learn from that and the condition of the Shekhinah. And if the Shekhinah is confused, and if the Shekhinah is scared, and if the Shekhinah is afraid, you need to go and to protect her. Because why she went to the exile? To protect you. She went out to protect her children. Now us, we're the children, we need to protect our mother. Now our mother, after thousands or 2,000 of years in the exile, she is suffering. The same Rachel Imenu that she's crying for years and years and years, and she cannot stop. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu is promising her, don't worry, I'm going to accept your prayers. She's not there anymore. We don't understand how much the situation is hard. She's not listening to him anymore. She's fighting. She's saying, Kalani mizroi, Kalani miroshi. He's cursing me. He's promising to her good things, and she's screaming, he's cursing me. They don't have a conversation. They're not talking. They're fighting. He's saying, but look, I promised her, I'm helping, I'm doing whatever I can. Look how much good I'm doing. And she's saying, no. He's talking nonsense. He's cursing me. Look what he's doing. Look how he's behaving. And she is right. And he is right. And you're between. And we're between. And that's our job. To remember, we're talking on the ones we love. And even though that they are giants, and even though that they are beyond our reach, and even though that we're talking about Kudsha Brichu and Shchinte, two things that we cannot even explain to ourselves what we're talking about. Who are we talking about? What's those concepts? What those names are? We don't know. But still Hashem put us between them. And the child, he's got the job to compromise and to bring peace between his father and his mother, and not to hold no side. Not to go with the mother, not to go with the father. When he's talking to the father, he needs to be with him. When he talks to the mother, he needs to be with her. That's our job. To bring peace between Father and heaven and between His nation. His nation, first of all, it's a Shekhinah Kedosha. It's His, so to speak, so to call her His wife. And the Shekhinah is with us. The Shekhinah is our connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So we need to bring peace between ourselves to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and we need to talk to Him. We need to talk to Him that He's going to understand that there is a solution. When He called us brother, He gave us an opportunity. He called us brothers. It means I gave you the tools to talk to me straight, like you're going to talk to your best friend, like you're going to talk to your brothers. That's what He gave us. He gave us the permission to do whatever we need to do. Where is Mishnayot Masechet Brachot? Do we have Mishnayot Masechet Brachot here? In this Kolel, so to speak, Kolel. We had Avishai Tukayer's got. Avishai! Masechet Brachot, Rabbi Ovadia Mibartenura is explaining over there that a person, he allows to do whatever it takes to bring peace between HaKadosh Baruch Hu to His nation. He brings in the last Mishnah over there. He doesn't have it? It's written over there, Et la'asot la'Hashem eferu toratecha. Sometimes, if you want to do things for Hashem יתברך, Avishai, אתה זוכר את זה בעל פה? Et la'asot la'Hashem eferu toratecha. When it's the time to do things for Hashem יתברך, so it times sometimes to violate rules of Hashem יתברך, and then the Rav Ovadia Mibartenura is explaining, what's he's explaining over there?
Even though it seems like the halacha,
that even though that it seems sometimes that that's the halacha, you have to break it. You have to break it. You have to understand that Hashem gave you the power to do that. Even though that you're commanded, you're still His brother. When you're His brother, you're deciding together. You're His partner. You're deciding together. With that nation, HaKadosh Baruch Hu was consulting before the creation. Before He went out to create the world, He was sitting and consulting with us in heaven. What do you say? How should I do it? What should I do? How should I build? What should I ruin? How are we going to develop? What we're going to do? All of those things, that's our nature, to be with Him in the same place and to talk. And that He's going to give us the permission to say. And we have it, and it's our job to do it. Who are going to be the ones? The ones that are going to believe me. The one that's going to take what I'm telling you now and going to do it, because the number of thousands of people that read that Or HaChaim HaKadosh and it didn't affect them for except of, I don't know, one moment in that Shabbos, they learned Parashat Shavua with Or HaChaim. Very inspiring, called us brothers. That's it, where's the kegel? So it doesn't help. It doesn't help not to the Or HaChaim that he wrote that. It doesn't help to the people that learned it. Just if you're going to choose yourself, just if you're going to say, alright, I need to wake myself up. I cannot stay like that. Until when I'm going to be like that? Yesterday I went with Rav Shalom back to his house after he gave a class in the yeshiva in the morning. I went, I walked with him home after. Some person just asked him a question on the sleep, that it's hard for him to wake up in the morning. I don't know, people usually don't understand Rav Shalom so much, but what can I do? Rav Shalom told him, what that you need to do is, and he's closing his eyes, he's not with people at all, and he just took advantage of the 5 minutes walk to talk to Hashem. And he wasn't saying Torah, he was just doing it bodedut. So he closed his eyes and he told him, you just need to do like that. Please Hashem, help me. Until when I'm going to be so stupid to waste my life in sleeping? Help me that I will never going to be asleep again. Give me powers, give me happiness to serve you, to be awake, to stand up. He was just doing it bodedut, just like that. Until when? Until when? Okay, Rav, we got it. Next question. More people wants to ask. He's not there. He's not there. He took advantage of that opportunity that he had to talk to Hashem. He was just doing it bodedut on himself. He was just praying for himself. Hashem, until when I'm going to sleep my life? Until when I will not going to be awake? Until when? And he's about to cry. You see the person all pure, all hard, just, that's it. You ruined this Shabbos. That's it. You ruined this Shabbos. It all depends on you. Okay, someone now asks you a question. What should I do with my sleep? You should do tshuva when you hear that question. Someone tells you, okay, I have a friend, he needs some help. What should you do? You need to do tshuva with that. You need to ask yourself, how can it be that there's still darkness in the world? How can it be? I saw that Hashem Yitbarach is listening to me when I'm doing it bodedut. So how can it be that I haven't prayed strong enough until today to redeem the world, to save the world? Okay, so Hashem is hiding Himself again. So how can I let Him how can I let Him do that? How can I not expose Him again and again? How can I let myself sleep? How can I let myself fall? Always, you should look at yourself in every situation. Who are going to be those ones that are going to be called holy? You need to choose yourself. He's saying here in the end that the person needs to want, and he should, that wise person, he should want to put all of his effort with Bnei Israel through the power of the Torah that he received until now. Until the day that Hashem going to take his soul back, and then the spirit going to come back to God. You need to put all of your effort until the last moment of your life. Every moment, to see what can I do for them? What can I do for my brother? For Hashem Yitbarach. They are your brothers, and He is your brother. And the Shekhinah HaKdosha, it's your sister. We're all one. There is no hierarchy, there are no levels here. There are levels when you're lazy, when you say, no, listen, it's him. You decide. You decide. You choose. You have the free choice. When you choose to say to yourself, that's it. I'm not playing anymore. That's it. I'm here to work. I'm here to dedicate my life to Avodat Hashem, to see and to reveal and to crown Hashem Yitbarach, and to bring Hashem Yitbarach back into this world. And for that sometimes you need to fight with him because he himself is hiding himself and you're lost and you don't know what to do. You need to fight with him like Moshe. When Hashem is saying to Moshe Rabbeinu, hold me. If you're not going to hold me, I'm going to kill them all. So Moshe Rabbeinu is learning from that. Alright, if I'm not going to hold him, if I'm not going to let him go, he will not going to kill them. So Moshe Rabbeinu is understanding one thing from the other. Because he realized that Hashem Yitbarach, even though that he's saying certain things, he's got an inner will. And his inner will is always perfect, always good. He can behave through judgments. He can say, I will, I won't. He can say, but I know you better. You should say, as a brother, I know my brother. He will never going to say something like that. He will never going to do something like that. It cannot be that Hashem is doing those things. And if he is, so I have to take him out from there because he is not himself. He is under the control of judgments right now. And I need to redeem him. Geulat Hashem, the salvation of Hashem. You need to save Hashem from the exile. Because he himself is in the exile. Because he had a house. And his house exploded. His house went on fire. That's it. No more place for him to be. That's how he made the world to be. That he now doesn't have a place. And where is his place? I'm going to live inside of you. How are you going to let him to live inside of you? Only if you going to believe in yourself that you have the ability to know him. That you can tell who he really is. Even though that huge righteous people going to reject you. And huge people going to tell you it cannot be, it won't happen. Don't count on yourself to think like that. A lot of righteous people tried. The Chozim Lublin, he tried. Rabbi Aaron Mibelz, he tried. Rabbi Nachman Breslev, he tried. A lot of righteous people, they tried. The Or HaChaim HaKadosh, he tried. The Ari HaKadosh, the Noam Elimelech, the Baal Shem Tov. A lot of righteous people that tried. And all of them passed away before they finished. Who cares? What do I care? I know I have a job. I know that I should put all of my effort on completing the mission that I've been sent to do. So that's it. So I'm going to do it. And like the Dor HaChaim is saying, until the last breath, until the last moment. To make a place, a space for Hashem Yitbarach to live inside of you, for that you need to believe that you are a vessel that can contain Hashem. That inside of you there is a place to understand Hashem. There is a place to accept, to realize what Hashem means. What's the real will of Hashem Yitbarach. And even if Hashem tells you go and teach them Torah, you need to understand that you can take those holy tablets and break them down on the ground. And not to hand it to Am Yisrael. Even that Hashem just now told you. You should be like Eliyahu Hanavi, that you can understand. That even though that there was a prohibition that it's not allowed to build altars and to sacrifice sacrifices outside of Beit HaMikdash, he is. And he's confronting with people that are worshipping idols of the Avodah Zarah. And he's not afraid. And he tells them all, you're going to see miracles. And Hashem going to answer. And he's fighting. And like David HaMelech, he doesn't care. And he's saying, with the name of God, I'm going to circumcise all of you, the nations. He's not afraid of no one. He's going to fight the wars of Hashem. Milchamot Hashem. And he's not afraid of no people, of no nations, of no rabbis and righteous people. He doesn't care because he believes in himself. You know, Hashem is also talking to me. And if Hashem is talking to me, I have to follow. I have to follow. Because if David HaMelech would listen to the wise people of his generation, he would hand the kingship to someone else. But he was not allowed to listen to them. He had to listen to his inner voice, We don't see prophecies in David HaMelech. David HaMelech, all of his life was in darkness. He just believed in what that he heard. He just believed. That's the explanation on Emunat Chachamim. Adam HaRishon, you heard from Hashem, from the Creator, that you're not allowed to eat from that tree, that you're not allowed to eat from that fruit. When the snake came with all of his arguments, with all of his wisdoms, you had to believe in yourself. That what that you got in the beginning, what that you understood in the beginning from Hashem, that was the commandment. And don't fall in the traps of wise people that are coming and explaining to you there are other ways, there are other shitot, there are other understandings, and listen, go in the regular ways, in the common ways, and listen to us, to wise people, no. You need first of all to be loyal to yourself. First of all, faith in yourself. And yes, you can know more than other people. When it's written, Mikol melamdai hiskalti, I learned from all of the people that came to teach me. Hiskalti got another way to explain it, the word hiskalti, I learned from them. You can also explain it, I become to be wiser than them. Mikol melamdai hiskalti, I went up, above all of the ones that came to teach me. Like we learned in Likutei Moharan, that the student can achieve twice as much than his rabbi. Even when his rabbi is still alive. And you need to believe in that also. Even that you feel so low. Adrabah. Maybe that humility is so real, that you feel so low, that you know that you're so low. Maybe it catched. Maybe Hashem likes it. Maybe now you've been declared as a humble person. Maybe now you can contain Hashem. Okay, you see, you look. Okay, that's a disgrace. Great. Maybe that's the vessel. Not maybe. That's the vessel. Which are the vessel? So now you have understandings in Avodat Hashem. You have to count on yourself. You have to believe in yourself. And you have to take those understandings and to go and to break walls of imaginations of people that are misleading Am Yisrael for years, for generations, talking to them nonsense, making them afraid, making them unable to move. Tell them, no, who are you? What you can do? You cannot do nothing. You have to do this, you have to do that. Why? If HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself called me my brother, should I be afraid of something? If he is my brother, so who am I? If not him himself. If not exactly like him. Because like we explained on that helper, when you nullify yourself to your rabbi, in that moment you become to be like him. Ilu yedativ heitiv. If I would know him, I would become to be him. Now you know him. What it means to know him? To know that he's all good. That even if judgments came, that even if constrictions came, even if hard things happened, it's not him. It's not his will. Everything is under his control. Everything is under his judgments. Everything is under his decision, for sure. But he's in prison now. He's in the exile now. We need to crown him. If he's the king, so he should lead us. Why we're crowning him in Rosh Hashanah? Why? Why should we? He's the king. The king need to be crowned? Yes. Why? Because he lost his crown. Because he lost his people. So we need to come back. So we need to bring him back. So we have a job here to do. And it all depends in us. And if we're just going to let it be, so okay, it's going to be exactly like that it is. But if we want, so we can achieve it. Because you have that rule. That on everything that you want to achieve, if you're just going to hold that will and you will not going to let it go, you're going to achieve it finally. So you need to want with all of your heart, with all of your soul, with all of the powers that Hashem gave you. You should want and to express it with prayers and to express it with deeds, with actions. And you're going to see results. You're going to see results that never been seen before. Because before of the next redemption, the second Geulah, we're going to see miracles that are going to be even greater than the miracles of Yetziat Mitzrayim when we went out of Egypt. So what's going to happen? We're going to come from a lower place to a higher place. So alright, we can see already that we're coming from a lower place. So now we just need to wait to see higher miracles. And where are they going to come from? From people that are, I don't know, in somewhere, from us. Emet me'eretz titzmach. The truth is going to grow from the land, from the ground, from the lowest places of them all. That's where the truth is going to reveal itself from us. When you are standing and talking to Hashem Yitbarach, and then you have miracles, and then you see that Hashem is changing thoughts of people, Hashem is changing the hearts of people, Hashem is supplying and bringing money and cars and tickets to Uman and whatever you need, you receive. How is it happening? Because you have the power to make it happen, to make it move, to start those engines. And who are you? You're zero, you're right, you're nothing, you're right. So it means that it can happen to every one of your brothers, everyone that you know can have exactly the same. And it doesn't matter if he's a Jew or if he's a non-Jew, if he's converting or if he's just a simple person that wants to believe in God. He can also have the same miracles as you because he's also obligated to believe in Him and he's got all of the powers. So why is that person not going to be answered? Who are you? You're different than him? I don't know. Check. Tell me. Let me know. What's the difference? I don't know. I know we have rules. I know that we have to be separated as a nation. Alright. To tell you that I have something more than someone else, I don't know. I know that I just have a mission. That's what I know. I know that I have a big mission, a big responsibility to illuminate the world with the light of trust, with the light of faith, with the light of love to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, love to the Creator, not fear from Him at all, never, no matter what. Should we say thank you that we don't have cancer? Should we say thank you that we have 2,000 shekels, even that we need 7? Why? Where that came from? The person fell and he injured his knee and they're telling him it could be worse and now he needs to say thank you? Mishugaim, crazy people. That's not the will of Hashem. People that haven't achieved the complete faith in Hashem, they still had the crown of leadership, of Hanhaga, to lead Am Yisrael, and they taught Am Yisrael crooked concepts on how to believe in Hashem Yitbarach, out of their fears, out of their lack of faith and confidence. And they were guiding and teaching and explaining to people how you should believe, how you should behave, how you should talk, what you should not. And they were wrong. They had a lot of amazing things. I'm not disqualifying them. They had a lot of huge things. But faith? It's kefu madim shayr belibe. It's as much as you find Hashem Yitbarach inside of yourself. You cannot teach me how to believe. You can teach me what you've done to achieve your faith, and now I'm going to tell you what I achieved. On that we can talk like brothers. Faith is in the night. The one that's going to be brave enough to go into the depths, into the darkness, into the forest, in the middle of the night, he's going to bring more faith to Am Yisrael. Not the ones that were sitting and learning Torah in the Beit HaMidrash. No, they're going to bring Torah to Am Yisrael. You have Torah, you have Emuna, you have charity. It's different concepts in Avodat Hashem. To believe in Hashem, it's something you need to find inside of yourself, and no one can teach you that. Only if you're going to decide to dedicate your life and to give every breath, every moment of your life to that, then you're going to find Him. Then you're going to find Hashem. Thank you, my brothers. Chazak Olam.